All right. So, big reminder, get those trust resolutions signed by 30 June. Like everything comes down to this due date. So, just a refresher on how to actually make an effective trust distribution. So, there are 6 steps. So, first of all, as everybody knows, read the bloody deed, right? And I'm just going to try and summarize quickly why that's so important. Because, trust deeds have different ways of defining income of the trust. And why is income of the trust so important? It's because it drives how much each beneficiary gets taxed on, right? So income of the trust is also known as distributable income. It's like how much can the trust actually distribute, right? And so in this example here on the left, the discretionary trust has $100 in distributable income and chooses to distribute it 50-50. And so the amount that the beneficiaries get taxed on is a proportion of the distributable income. So let's say taxable income is $80, then it gets split 40-40. So that's why the first step is always to work out the distributable income, and don't assume that distributable income is just accounting income, because the deed tells you what that is. And I've put down in that table there some of the common ones, right? There is distributable income equals to tax income. So that's like, in this scenario, it would be $80 on the left. Or, distributable income could be accounting income. So in that example there, it's the $100. And let's say that whole $100 is a gross capital gain, right? Then if the trustee defines that as ordinary income, then it's actually zero, because ordinary income does not include capital gain. So you can see how you got such a massive difference just from that, right? And so if the distributable income is zero, nothing can be distributed to beneficiaries. And therefore, if there is taxable income, then the trust is going to be in trouble, because there are no beneficiaries presently entitled to that income. So yeah, you have to start by reading the deed. Okay, then once you've done step 1, read the deed. Step 2, estimate the distributable income. Step 3 is then to work out the taxable income of the trust. And don't forget to check family trust elections. So, you're working out as well who the potential beneficiaries are at the same time. So if there's an FTE, the trust cannot distribute outside of the family group, right? So you have to check that so that it doesn't trigger family distributions tax. And, if no FTE is made or has been made, should an FTE be made? Is there any reason why an FTE needs to be made in this particular year? Maybe it's because the trust has derived frank dividend income for the first time and needs to pass it on to its beneficiaries, and you need an FTE, and getting an FTE is the only way that you can do that. And of course, do any of the following apply? 100A, Div 7A, and is the trust in professional services? And then, chat with the client and then provide a recommendation. And once that's been determined, then you can prepare your trustee resolution. That's just some sample wording in there. And then finally, get the trustee to sign the resolution by 30 June. Because if that doesn't happen by 30 June, then you have no evidence that any beneficiary is presently entitled to anything. And so either the trustee gets taxed at penalty rates, or default beneficiaries get assessed, which can be a massive headache. So follow this cheat sheet, 6 steps to effective distribution.